everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be filming an autumn TBR. I would do like an October one or a November one, September, but I don't stick to monthly TBRs. Maybe one day I will give it a go, but this is just an autumn overall one, which I probably should have done at the beginning of September, but I didn't and I'm doing it now, so there we go. Anyway, I'm going to go through the books that I have and let's get into it. Okay, so as you may know, I do have a reading journal and I did put my autumnal TBR in here, so this is where my list is coming from basically. First of all, I'm going to talk about ones that I've already read or that I'm in the middle of reading. So we're going to start off with the Once Upon a Broken Heart duology. I don't have the first one because it's way back there in my bookshelf and I just have the second one. But yes, I have already read these. I finished up this one, the second one, a couple of days ago, and I gave them both 5 stars. They were really good and I highly recommend you check out this series. So this follows Evangeline Fox and Jax, who was in the Carnival trilogy, and Evangeline basically makes a deal with Jax so that she can marry her true love, but it goes a bit chaotic and basically these books are just pain and plot twists. So yeah, I hope you enjoy reading them as much as I did, and I cannot wait for the third one to come out. I believe it comes out at the end of October. I've already pre-ordered it and I'm so excited. I'll probably do a reading vlog for it actually. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my current read, which is Powerless by Lauren Roberts. I'm already reading this right now. I'm not very far into it, but I am making a reading vlog for this one, so I'm not going to talk about my thoughts, but I will give you a brief synopsis. This one is about Peyton Gray, who is an ordinary. So there's ordinaries and elites. The elites have these like magical powers and the ordinaries don't. And she pretends to be an elite, and then she gets put in these like trials where she meets the prince. Actually, she meets him before the trials, but she's in the trials of the prince basically, and she has to pretend to be an elite even though she isn't. But yeah, I am enjoying this so far. I'm not going to give you my thoughts as I've said, but you can check out the reading vlog, which will probably be out after this. Yeah, I've heard about this one like all over Bookstagram and stuff the last few months, so I'm very excited to finally read it. The next books from my TBR are coming from up here, but yes, this one is Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerry Maniscalco. This is the second one in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series, and yeah, I don't really know what this one's about, and I'm not going to give you, well, I know what it's about, but I'm not going to give you the synopsis in case you haven't read the first one, so I don't want to spoil it for you. But it's basically about a girl called Audrey Rose who wants to be a, oh, what is it called? Okay, I can't remember what it's called, but basically she deals with dead bodies. And in the first one she is with Thomas Cresswell, I think, and basically they are solving mysteries, and I can't wait for this one because I'm pretty sure it's about Dracula, so I'm so excited to read this. I've been putting this off for ages. This was on my summer TBR as well, but I will be reading this in autumn. I feel like it suits autumn better as well, so very excited about this one. Okay, next up is Dance with Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I don't really know what this is about. I'm just basing this on vibes, and people have told me that it's good, so that's all I know really. It's fantasy romance, it's a duology, I don't know. Again, this has been on my TBR for ages, it's quite chunky, but I am hoping to read this soon because I think I'm going to really enjoy this one. Let me know if you've read this and if you liked it, because I feel like the hype for this one has died down a bit, but yeah. Next up, I have 2 quite chunky books on my TBR, but we're going to start off with the first one, which is Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This is the 3rd and final book in the Dark Artifices series, and I've been putting this off because, I mean, it's like nearly the same size as my head, so that's any indication for you. Yeah, this is also my last book to complete like the proper series, I guess, in the Shadowhunter world, so I haven't put this one off because I read the second one last December. Yeah. Okay, this next one I'm so excited to read, and it is Kingdom of Ash by Sarah J Maas. This is the last book in the Throne Glass series, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't scared to read this. I mean, first of all, if we thought Queen of Air and Darkness was a big book, this one is nearly 1,000 pages long, so that's fun. And also the last books were really good, but they scared me with the ending, so I have been putting this one off. But I'm thinking of doing a reading vlog for this one. Let me know if you'd be interested in that. And yeah, I'm not going to give you a synopsis for this because I'm pretty sure everybody knows this series, and also I don't really know how to describe Throne of Glass anyway. Sorry if you can hear the noise going on outside. And I don't want this series to be over because it's 8 books long, and I feel like when you have a series that's really long, it feels like it's going to go on for ages, and then you get to the end and you're like, oh. The next one on my TBR is The X-Hex by Erin Sterling. I did try and read this one last year actually, or the year before, I'm not sure, and then I didn't do an effort, I just like didn't get back to it. So I'm gonna read it this year. So it is about a girl called Vivian who she's like dating
this guy, and then he just randomly says to her like, I'm actually engaged to someone else, so I need to go and like sort that out basically. And she's like really annoyed at him, so she breaks up with him, as most people probably would. And then her and her cousin are just like messing around. I think it's a cousin. I don't know. Are like messing around one night, and they're like, what if we hex him or curse him? Probably hex. And so they do, and they don't expect anything to come of it until he comes back like a few years later, and things start going very wrong for him, and they're like, oh, maybe we actually did curse the guy. Oops.
And yeah, that's it basically, and I can't wait to read this one because I don't have that many that are like actual spooky books, so not this one is a spooky book, but it's like more Halloween themed, I guess. So I'm excited to read this one, and I need to stop saying that about every single book, but I'm excited to read them all, okay? The second to last book on my TBR, and that is Belladonna by Adeline Grace. I have read All the Stars and Teeth by this author a few years ago, but I remember really enjoying it, so I'm hoping that I'll enjoy this one as well. I don't really know what this one is about, but I think like death is like the love interest. I don't really know, but I'm excited for this one, and it will probably show up in a reading vlog maybe if I can get myself to vlog a bit more. But yes, I feel like this one is just gonna be really fun, gothic, kind of fantasy maybe, I don't know. It looks really good. So, and finally, what would this TBR be without a classic? So I have Dracula by Bram Stoker. This is the Penguin Classics cover, and I just think it's really cool. Yeah, I'm really excited to read this one. A little bit nervous considering the length of it, but I think it should be good, and I think I'll enjoy it. I don't know, we'll see. Yeah, I don't know what it's about really, but I'm going off the vibes. And my goal this year was to read 6 classics, and I think so far I've read 3 or 4. So I need to catch up a little bit on that. Okay, so that was my autumn TBR. I hope you have enjoyed this somewhat chaotic TBR video, but I enjoyed making it. And yeah, let me know in the comments what books you're planning to read this autumn, if you've read any of these books, what your thoughts on them, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye!